Here we go, Brave Nation. This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 13 wins and 8 losses. He stands 176 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 77.25 kilograms. Representing Gentleman FC and fighting out of Rostov-on-Don, Russia. Give it up for Sergey Yaskovets. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 8 wins and 4 losses. He stands 183 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 77.35 kilograms. Representing Velis Gym and fighting out of Russia, please welcome Andrey Bragovskiy.
A little bit taller, the weight's practically the same, and again a rematch 6.5 years in the making is in front of us right now.
Stylistically, Phil, we're really looking at Sambo versus Sambo. Absolutely, positively, in my opinion, the most underrated art in mixed martial arts is Sambo.
There's those incredible leg kicks from Bragovskiy. Expect to see another leg kick followed by the hands. Just really seems to find his mark with that leg kick every single time.
Brave Nation, those 3 calf kicks that you saw right now are already causing a welt on the leg.
Yaskovets throwing back with his own leg kick, trying to get that big right hand off, but again, when you have the kicking game of Bragovskiy, you're going to really just tenderize that leg and prevent the fighter that you're placing that leg kick upon from having that pop in his step moving forward.
Brave Nation, there's several setups for that calf kick you're seeing. A main one is when you catch a person putting their weight onto that leg. If there's little weight on the leg, it's not going to do some damage. If there is weight on the leg, as you saw right there, then the damage starts to go up.
That's what he does so perfectly with his timing. Just chop that leg kick in at the best moment. Nice minuscule check there. Just caught that on the knee by lifting the knee ever so slightly. As much as Yaskovets isn't letting on that hurt, it definitely did.
Yaskovets, though, is now responding. He turned the knee out slightly to check. He pulled the knee back slightly to defend himself. Those are both very smart techniques to deal with this. And notice, Phil, he's not using a single technique to defend against that. If you use one single defensive technique against that low kick, you may get a counter to your counter. But you switch them up, move away, turn the knee out, move away again. It's very, very intelligent defense here.
Bragovskiy is, of course, a master of sport and combat sambo as well, so he does have that grappling in his arsenal. Both these men, bona fide finishers, 18 finishes between them in their respective mixed martial arts careers. Obviously, both exponentially different fighters than they were when they first fought in 2016, 2015 rather. Yaskovets trying to mix it up with the levels, going to the body choke, going low midsection. Bragovskiy very, very calm and loose in there.
Yaskovets striking absolutely is a little bit unconventional, and absolutely it hits hard.
Be interesting to see if Bragovskiy goes back to the well with those leg kicks. There
Pass answered. Phil, I think Bragovskiy caught a knee on the 4th or 5th leg kick that he threw.
Yeah.
That may have made him want to rest that foot for a minute or two, because when a man with that kind of kicking power runs into a knee, it is not pleasant for either party.
Oh, it's absolutely terrible. But again, you have the frequency with which he's throwing these leg kicks. Should the fight go into the second round, it really is money in the bank. Completely immobilizes your opponent, and they only really feel it when they're in that one minute of being static in between rounds. Potential for a knee here from Bragovskiy. There it is, big over the top, shot over the top from Yaskovets. Nice short elbow from Bragovskiy. And he's opened up a little bit of a cut on Yaskovets. Nice distance management, able to be evasive and slip out of the way of those shots from Yaskovets is Bragovskiy.
Yaskovets is warming my heart, though, Phil. I really love this brawl style. Coming in, letting those hands flow at absolutely crazy angles, moving that head so he doesn't get hit too cleanly with punches back.
Yaskovets landed a nice subtle check here, goes for the spinning back fist, but again, good distance management. Just slipping out of the way of punches is Bragovskiy.
Bragovskiy absolutely showing he's the slicker fighter.
I like that he feinted there with the takedown, just touched the inside leg, trying to elicit that response from Yaskovets.
He wants to express that slickness by causing damage, though. He needs impact.
Jumping kick to the ribs from Bragovskiy. He's definitely the much calmer, more assertive fighter, isn't he? Just seems to have settled into his groove so much quicker than Yaskovets.
Fun first round, Phil. I am a little bit worried for Bragovskiy. When you have a style that's very cool, calm, and collected, it's sometimes not as easy for the judges to see what you're doing than if you're just letting the hands go. I would like to see just a little more impact from Andrey Bragovskiy.
It'll be interesting to see if the corner of Bragovskiy are icing that knee or that shin to see if there was any kind of impediment to his own movement after throwing those kicks and maybe catching the knee. But that's just perfect placement.
Clean. That was beautiful. That was, I believe, the first one. That, I believe, was the second one. The one we're about to see, I do believe, collided with a knee. We're not going to get a look at that, but we are looking at that beautiful elbow off a clinch.
Just nice little short elbow, and I think that was the shot that opened up Yaskovets. There's a beautiful counter hook that caught the attention of Yaskovets. And Bragovskiy seems very, very comfortable going into the second round here. Yaskovets, again, not unlike the fights we've seen, the preliminary portion of the show. One fighter getting very, very confident with the striking and the distance management. The other fighter perhaps getting a little bit frustrated, and that will play in beautifully to the game of Bragovskiy.
It will, but Yaskovets just needs that one shot, and it's very, very hard to defend against brawlers. When somebody's standing in front of you upright, slipping the head a little bit, throwing long, straight shots, the way to deal with it is very, very well known. When somebody closes their eyes and they could be throwing a spinning kick or an overhand shot, it's a lot tougher.
And as with regards to purely striking in MMA, Yaskovets is incredibly hard to put away. No one so far has been able to finish him with strikes. Again, opening up with those leg kicks. Yaskovets a little bit more aggressive in the opening stanzas of the second round. Charging forward in that straight line. Bragovskiy able to get off the center line, not absorbing too much punishment.
Sergey, slip, let it go, see what happens. Bragovskiy absolutely back at that chopping game.
Oh, catches the leg beautifully, replies with shots of his own. Nice work from Yaskovets to get back up. Now has Bragovskiy pressed against the cage, has one underhook. They're in that 50-50 position.
Bragovskiy, this is a huge moment in this fight, Phil. This is one of the tests for who has a stronger core, who is the physically stronger fighter. It's who can push who up against that cage and hold them, and they're reversing again, and they're trading knees.
Oh, beautiful way just to shrug off your opponent, get the fight back to where you want it. And again, this beautiful big cage that these fighters are competing in does lend itself beautifully to the counter striker. Nice active jab from Bragovskiy. As you say, Kirik, Sergey Yaskovets, he does seem to be trying to find that one big go-home punch. But as we know in mixed martial arts, when you're trying to find it, that's when invariably it doesn't come.
He is as well, which will increase his chances at it. Shifting, he's starting with his left side forward, going right side forward, trying to wing a shot from there, see what happens, see what lands.
Is he switching to, the argument could be made that he's switching to try and throw the shot, or he's switching because he doesn't want to absorb any more of those leg kicks?
My guess is it's the former. He's got a real wild style, and he will take full advantage of it if he throws those shots with an unfamiliar side forward. That said, he's now bleeding a little bit. Caught a crisp shot.
That cut just in the corner of the eye, not right on the eye line, but he has opened up a little bit of a cut underneath the eye of Bragovskiy.
Bragovskiy's got a mouse under his eye.
That was a beautiful shovel uppercut from Bragovskiy. Again, the hard-headed Yaskovets just shook it off, weighted forward with his own shots. Yaskovets turning it up right now, senses that he potentially needs a finish. Oh, that's a huge shot. Both these guys so entertaining for vastly different reasons. Bragovskiy intelligently closes the distance and clinches up with Yaskovets.
Sergey wants to get off of that fence. He's got an overhook. He needs just a little bit more control. One more point of control. Could be the chin, could be a wrist. With that, he'll get out. Not likely to be able to finish with that arm in, with that guillotine.
Especially against Bragovskiy, who's never been finished by submission in his professional career. Not so much using it as an offensive. Oh, beautiful takedown again. Just a burst of energy when he needed it.
And a burst of energy back up for the man from Russia, Sergey Yaskovets.
Both these guys have upped the tempo and a much... Oh, almost caught the knee. I'm not sure if it landed flush. And whilst the output from Sergey Yaskovets has been a lot better than the first round, still having a little bit of difficulty trying to find the chin of Andrey Bragovskiy.
He is finding that orbital, though. Yaskovets is starting to close his opponent's eyes with those wild shots.
I suppose when you're throwing enough of them, or as much of them as Sergey Yaskovets is, one of them has to land, right?
I actually talked with a boxing coach who coached somebody against Meldrick Taylor, and they told him...
big shot! He wobbled him! Sergey Yaskovets is pouring on the power now. What a shift in momentum in the second round. Oh, this could be it!
Landed.
Oh,
referee breaks it up!
Sweet redemption for Sergey Yaskovets. 6.5 years in the making. These two fighters are now 1-on-1. I want to see the trilogy fight, Carrick.
What a phenomenal performance from Sergey Yaskovets. Didn't show the same level of skill, but he sure showed a huge level of heart, and he sure landed some monster shots. Closed his opponent's eyes, hit him in the body, and that was that.
What a win for Sergey Yaskovets. The 9th win by stoppage due to strikes in his career. What a dangerous individual Sergey Yaskovets is. Just see the replay here. Landed big strikes. And it's a big shot to the body that drops Bragovskiy. Referee forced to call a stop to the action. Fantastic stoppage by the referee. Give Bragovskiy every chance, but the night belongs to Sergey Yaskovets.
In Brave Nation, when someone gets hit in the body like that and they drop like that, heart has nothing to do with it. Your body is literally paralyzed. It's like for a little while your head came off. This has nothing to do with a lack of bravery. It has nothing to do with a lack of conditioning. There is no other chance when that happens to your body. We see our excellent ringside officials now applying a little grease, a little bit of ice, stop that bleeding. But at this point, Andrey Bragovskiy is beyond joyful. Referee is now pulling. The down fighter off the ground. That shot to the body may have been so hard, his corner may want to keep him down for now. Andrey Bragovskiy still on the ground. Corner is over him. They want him to stay down, Brave Nation. Sergey Yaskovets is going to have the good news shouted by the Roaring Lion standing by himself.
All right, Brave Nation, another explosive bout as this night just keeps getting better. This bout stops at 4 minutes and 53 seconds of the second round. Your winner by knockout,